if they said...
Bom, ele é um cineasta outsider de Hollywood, um craque, Roger Corman. Eu vou fazer a entrevista em inglês, aqueles que entendem inglês entendem, os que não entendem, quando chegarem em casa correndo, vão lá, olham e sai a legenda, tudo traduzido bonitinho, tá? Ok? You saw that I gave you a kiss when you came in. I have this terrible habit of kissing everybody. You don't mind?
I've been kissed a little better at other times, I will admit.
I can't believe that. Roger, as a matter of fact, I have your book. I loved your book.
Oh, very good.
Yes, too bad I didn't bring it with me today because I would love your autograph.
Oh, no, fine.
And every time I see you on TV, on giving interviews, you are always very nice and very happy. Is it because you do exactly what you love to do?
Pretty much. And one is always happy in front of a camera with a host like you and having a pleasant time. When making films, however, it sometimes gets a little rougher.
It does?
It does indeed.
Well, when did you start doing films, Roger?
I started in the late 1950s. I produced my first film when I was 28, and I directed my first film when I was 29.
And what was the first production?
The first film I produced was a picture that I called It Stalked the Ocean Floor. The distributors, however, thought that was too arty a title, and they changed it to Monster from the Ocean Floor.
Much better,
yes,
much better title.
Right.
And what are you doing in Brazil? Is it your first time in Brazil, Roger?
No, I've been to Brazil twice before, and I'm here with the Rio Film Festival. I'll show, this is the catalog, which is very beautiful, which they've just finished.
Let me take a look.
Yes.
Thank you. Aqui é o catálogo da 6ª Mostra do Banco Nacional de Cinema. Yeah. And you came for the festival.
And I've been talking in Rio, where some of my films were shown, and I'll talk a little bit tonight here in São Paulo, where they start to show some of my films in this city as well.
Well, you have also the reputation of teaching a lot of very important directors like Coppola, like Scorsese, who else?
Jonathan Demme, Jim Cameron.
Yes, a lot of Spielberg too?
No, not Spielberg. He missed me.
Yes, he missed you.
Right.
And also a lot of great actors, great celebrities and movie stars like Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Started with you.
Yes, and Bobby De Niro, Sylvester Stallone, Charlie Bronson, a number of guys.
And they all love you. They all say, what I know I learned from him, it was so important for me to work with Roger Corman. Which one of these, I know this is it's not a very diplomatic thing to answer, but I'm going to ask you anyhow. Which one of these fantastic actors and directors is your favorite?
Well, I couldn't really give a one answer to that. Of the actors, I think probably Jack Nicholson and Bobby De Niro, but I will say this for Sylvester Stallone. He's a much underrated actor. He's thought of as a big muscle man and action actor, but he's really very good, and given the chance, he can give a very sensitive performance. Nobody ever gives him the chance, however.
No, I don't know. I think the first film, the first one that put Stallone on the map, I'm talking about Rocky, of course.
Yes.
I think it was a very, very sensitive work and a fantastic script.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes, he wrote it himself.
Sure, and the fight that he put on to make it himself, I think it was brilliant. And the result, when you don't think about Rocky 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., the film itself, I think it's a very good film. Don't you think so?
Yes, I think you're right. As a matter of fact, I would correct myself a little bit when I said that people have not given him the chance to play a more sensitive performance. You're right. In the original Rocky, it was both an action fighting film, but a very sensitive
performance.
Yes.
And about the legend that you became for doing pictures, films in a very fast time. Which was your longest and your shortest? My shortest production was The Little Shop of Horrors, which I shot in 2 days and a night. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. 2 days and 1 night.
Right.
Yes. I always see that, and each time I see the film, I say, I don't believe this, because there are so many details. The film is so well taken care of that I say it's impossible to do it in two days and 1 night. I've been told, I know that Orson Welles did Macbeth in 7 days.
Yes, he did. And he did the same thing, I must say, on a different level than I did, which was to have a very intensive rehearsal period. So
Sure.
all the details of the performance were worked out so that when we came to shoot, the actors had rehearsed it almost as a play. So
Sure.
we just came in and shot the film.
Like when Hitchcock did The Rope.
Yes, exactly. Same process.
Well, we have a clip of Little Shop, the director to Roland. Villain, solta aí, por favor.
Is this Dr. Farb's office?
Jack Nicholson.
Just a minute.
How old was Jack Nicholson then?
Jack was about 25 when he played that role, and the big scene in the picture is coming up. It's when he gets into the dentist chair and ends up dueling with the dentist. One of them has the dentist drill, and the other one has the scalpel, and they dueled all over the set.
And it's fantastic because one is a masochist and the other one is a sadist.
Yes.
And so the sadist gets so upset because the other one actually enjoys what he's doing.
Exactly.
It's a fantastic idea, and it's really a fantastic film, one of my favorites. As also are my favorites, the Poe films, like The Raven. And one thing always struck me, being a comedian, is the fantastic sense of humor that even your most terrifying film has. You have a tremendous sense of humor, and you put it in all your work. Am I right?
Yes, I believe seriously that comedy is very important. And I think particularly in a horror film, after you've made the audience scream, the audience wants to laugh. And so it's nice to give them something to laugh at. So they have both the scream, then the laugh, then you start building it up again to the next scream and the next laugh.
It's you that you made films with Boris Karloff.
Yes.
And I think it's you that had Karloff under contract for a few days, and you used him to do another film.
It's amazing you know that, because not many people know that.
Where there's a guy who's shooting people at a drive-in.
Yes, the first picture that Peter Bogdanovich directed was Targets. And we played the idea that Boris was a horror film actor who got involved in real horror when the guy was shooting up a drive-in when he was making a personal appearance.
Exactly. And how did you manage to do that? Because you saw that you still had him under contract and you could use him in another film.
Exactly.
And so how many days in each film?
He shot 2 days in The Terror, the first film. Then we reused some of the footage for the Terror film he's supposed to be making in the second film, and he shot 5 more days in the second film for the modern sequences.
And it happened, I don't know if it was with Karloff, he died during this contract?
No, he died a year or two afterwards. He had been in bad health
Yeah,
for
that's
several
right. Now,
years.
he was sick already. He was very
Yes.
sick already.
I remember I had one sequence where he had to walk down a long flight of stairs, and Jack was at the bottom of the stairs. And Boris told me that he couldn't walk down those stairs. All he could do, we had him up at the top, and I said, Boris, take 2 steps down the stairs, and the grips will come in and grab you. So he took 2 stairs down. I cut away to a reaction shot on Jack, and then I brought him 3 steps from the bottom, and he came down
He
3
came
steps
down.
and said hello to Jack.
And what was his problem? He had a problem also with his legs, right?
Yes, it was something was wrong with his legs, and he was a very old man at that time,
Yeah.
but he continued
How old
acting.
was he?
I think he was in his late 70s, and he was still acting and still giving very good performances.
And but we talked about your fastest production. Which one was the longest?
The longest was a picture I made a few years ago. I'm getting a little older and a little slower. Frankenstein Unbound, and I had 7 weeks on that, which by major studios is fast, but for me was slow.
Very slow.
Right.
How did you manage it?
I drank a lot of coffee and sat around gossiping.
Another thing, Roger, all your the Little Shop. It's a film that there is direct sound on it.
Yes.
Did you used to do some films without direct sound and dub it all afterwards?
No, I always use direct sound,
Direct
even
sound.
at the beginning. I feel that in the dubbing, you lose a little bit of the back and
Sure.
forth feeling.
Yeah.
And I prefer even...
And small noises that you do with your mouth and nose and...
Exactly,
Right.
yes. And I feel you lose that in dubbing. So even if there's something a little bit wrong with the sound, I'd rather go with the original.
Of course. And not even some parts of it dubbed and some...
Occasionally you have to dub. Sometimes the sound is so bad that you can't cover it up, but I try to keep the dubbing to the minimum.
But when you work in a film and you're doing it with direct sound, it makes you slower than when you're working without a blimp in the camera and everything,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But even so, it's better to do it. It's more natural. I mean, for me, it's absolutely necessary. When you see a film dubbed, it loses a lot. Right?
Particularly, and since you're such a good comedian, I think in comedy particularly, you lose a lot of these,
Sure.
as you say, the little inflections.
Yes, the subtlety of it.
Yes.
It's impossible to do it. Did you do any straight up comedy?
I've never done a pure comedy. Something like Little Shop of Horrors or The Raven were horror comedies, but I never really did pure comedy.
Yeah, well, Little Shop is almost
Yes.
a pure comedy.
Yes.
I'm going to ask a very indiscreet question here, but I'll have to do it. How old are you now, Roger?
I'm 68 years old.
And do you have a painting in your home that is going out just like Dorian Gray? Because you look fantastic.
I look 67.
No, not even that, not even that. And before being a movie maker, a director and producer, what did you used to do, Roger?
I graduated from the university with a degree in engineering, and I worked 4 days as an engineer, Monday through Thursday, and I went in on Thursday and said, I can't do this anymore. And they said, come back on Friday, at least work the week and think about it over the weekend. And I said, you know, I really can't come back on Friday. So I quit on Thursday, and I got a job as a messenger at 20th Century Fox and worked my way up from there.
And then at the time you were 20?
I was 21 at that
21.
time. Yeah, I just graduated from college.
And how long are you staying in Brazil now?
I'll be here a few more days. I'll be another day in Sao Paulo, and then I go back to Rio, and then I have to buy some jewelry for my wife and daughters. And there are several companies in Brazil who are willing to sell me that jewelry.
That's nice.
Yes, and I'll go back to Los Angeles.
When is your latest film showing in Brazil?
I'm not sure what is showing other than at the festival, but I've just finished Carnosaur 2. We had Carnosaur, our dinosaur film, which was a big success a year ago, and that will probably be the next one coming to Brazil.
To Brazil. Well, Roger, it was a great pleasure. I'm a great fan. It was a privilege to have you on the show. Thank you very much for coming. Eu conversei aqui com o Roger Corman, e o nosso programa de hoje, we are going to finish the show with some music. As atrizes Andrea Bassich e Luciana Carnielli vivem as cantoras Marlene e Emilinha Borba no espetáculo musical As Favoritas do Rádio, que está em cartaz no Teatro Paulista de sexta a domingo e de 13 a 16 de outubro está se apresentando em Santo André. Elas vão cantar aqui na Canja do Jô. Roger, thank you very much. A todos vocês, muito obrigado. A vocês em casa, beijo no bando.